Is 5:03 p.m. and I'm calling this meeting of the Wakefield Youth Council Communications and Outreach Subcommittee to order. So the first thing we're going to do is attendance. So Madeline.
Here.
Nick is not here. Ellie is not here. Lauren.
Here.
Okay, so next on the agenda is public comment. So are there any members of the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, the next item on our agenda is the approval of the November 3rd meeting minutes. I can't believe our last meeting was that long ago. Did everyone have a chance to look those over? All right, so do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, so now I have to call the roll. So myself, yes. Madeline?
Yes.
And Lauren?
Yes.
So that passes unanimously. So next on our agenda is a social media discussion. So I know that we do have a good social media presence in this town. So, and Lauren, I know that you've been doing both the Facebook and the Instagram pages. So I actually just checked the Facebook page now, and we have more than 300 people following us on Facebook. And I believe it's a similar amount on Instagram. So I just wanted to like touch on this, like keep it, making sure that we continue this presence, because I know that that there's been that we've been reposting a lot of important stuff around town, like especially stuff relating to the youth and other stuff like our meeting times. I'm looking at it right now, like student vaccine clinics, stuff like that. So does anyone have any comments on that?
I'm more than happy, and I have to, Catherine, you'd have to approve this, I think, but to have somebody else run the Facebook and the Instagram. I think as long as I have access and Catherine has access, that would probably be okay. But if like anybody on the council or on this committee is interested in that, I'm more than happy to hand that over. Just maybe somebody who might be a little bit more active and can kind of keep our presence going. Okay.
Yes. So Madeline, would you like to do that? Or I need to put you on the spot, but
no, I love social media. I do a lot with reviewing books for authors and stuff. I have over 800 followers on Instagram and 2,300 on TikTok. So I'd be more than happy to take over like the Instagram one. I don't think I have a Facebook account, but I could download it if you wanted me to take that one as well. Yeah.
Or isn't there a way to, so if she posts on Instagram, can it show up on Facebook? Isn't there something you can do to link them, Lauren?
Yeah, I'll figure that out. I don't think they have been before, but I think that's a pretty easy way to do it. So once you post something on Instagram, it will immediately post on the Facebook page. And then typically also on the Facebook page, I like to share like the town of Wakefield posts, or like if a town councilor posts something that we're tagged in, I like to share that. So that's why the Facebook is good, but I feel like Instagram is good to kind of reach our target audience of youth. But I'll work on linking those, and I'll get that password to you soon.
Right, but that's a really good point, Lauren. Really, you have two different audiences with your with the post. So I know with Youth Action Team, we have different people doing the posts, or maybe there are some things we're going to post on Facebook that we're not going to post on Instagram and vice versa. So Madeline, would you be interested in taking up a new form of social media, or I can happily post things on the Facebook that you want me to post, because it's super easy for me to do that?
Yeah, I would just have to check with my parents if I were going to do the Facebook, but I can definitely do the Instagram.
Okay, so why don't we go, Ollie and Lauren, does it sound good if we have Madeline take over the Instagram, and then when she can tell me when she wants things to be posted on Facebook, and I can take care of the logistics of that?
Yes, yes, I think that's very good. And also, Madeline, I know that the last chair of the subcommittee, Alyssa, she made a document containing like a bunch of instructions on the Instagram. I'll send that to you. It also includes the username and password for it, so I can send that to you as soon as we get it set up. Okay, so
Thank you so much.
thank you
does
very
that-
much.
And does that include the guidance that Jennifer McDonald provided us on, because we're an official, you have the town logo
Yes.
and stuff, that we have to be super mindful of what we're posting?
Yeah, I do believe that it includes that, the social media policy of the town. Yeah, I do believe it includes that.
Yeah. One thing, so we recently had to change the password of the Instagram. So I'll send that to you, and then if you want to put that in the document, if you can, or just send it to Madeline.
Okay, I will.
I'll do it right now.
How
Okay,
many
thank you.
followers on Instagram, Lauren?
Let me check. We have about 270. 272.
So maybe we can, on that, I mean, that's another communication subcommittee. Maybe
Yeah.
the goal is to, okay, let's get at least 400 youth by the end of the year. And how do we do
Yeah.
that? So that's a good discussion for a future youth council meeting too.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that. I think that that's really important, like especially with Instagram, like that's how we're going to engage our youth audience, whereas like Facebook is kind of geared more towards adults in the town. So I think that's very important.
So with the Instagram, like for getting reach to other people, or other youth in the town, would I be like following other youth in the town with the account and like trying to like reach them through that way, or telling them at school, or how would I do that?
So I think when Alyssa made the Instagram account, just to kind of get it up and running, she followed people in like her grade and my grade and just around. Since we had a pretty good following, I undid that just so it would look a little bit more official. So now we follow just like the Wakefield Public Schools, the Woodville, student council at the high school and groups like that. So it's a little bit less personal and more professional. But I mean, I think telling your friends about it, I know a lot of our members will like repost on Instagram or share it on Facebook, what the youth council posts. So I think that's also how we can gain a lot of following as well.
Yes.
But I would probably advise against requesting to follow people's personal accounts with the youth council account.
What about like some sort of, I'm really out of touch. What about some sort of contest to get people to follow? Like, we'll pull one of our our first, 600 followers out of a hat, and they get, lunch with the, someone in town, like the town council or something. I don't know. Not that that's something youth would want, but I'm trying to think of something that youth would want, that we could get,
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea. I think that we can talk about that a little bit more at another meeting. I think that that's actually really good to like get an increased following. And something else I thought about, I think that we did something similar along these lines last year, was doing something with the youth action team, the bathroom buzz. We included like a small blurb on one of their things with our with our social media accounts. I think that's something that we can do going forward.
Yeah, so I can give you, Ollie, I'll give you the two people that run the news flush and the bathroom buzz and the youth action team. I'm seeing them tonight, so I'll say, for the March edition, I'll give them your email, and they can put some information in the news flush and bathroom buzz. Actually, Madeline, I think, is in the Galvin Club, so she could help with that too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so do we have any more thoughts on our social media that anyone would like to bring up?
Ollie, I just want to let you know, I just emailed you the password, so you can
Okay.
see it whenever you get a chance.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So if there's no more discussion, the next item on our agenda is a voter registration initiative. So we did this last year with the upcoming town elections, trying to encourage seniors who are of voting age in the town to register to vote in this in the upcoming elections. So do we want to so can we have a discussion on that? So does anyone have any like ideas? Because I know that last year we did some posting on our social media pages. And so does anyone else have ideas like regarding that?
I think it's a great idea. I know it really worked out last year. And I think we also had something in the morning announcements at the high school. And I really like that because like we are a town government group and we want to encourage people to participate in town government. And this is one of the many ways that they can do that. So we can probably reuse most of the information. We can just check to make sure it's changed. I don't think any of it has. I haven't heard anything. But I think this is definitely something that should be continued from last year.
Yeah.
So-
and I think, oh, no, finish, Catherine. Sorry.
Oh, no, I would just say, does anyone know which, I think you guys posted this, when you have to register by to be able to vote in the municipal election in the spring?
I don't know that date. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the original post.
Because I think it's, you know what, that's another liaison position that would be good, is to have in the future, have a youth council member that's a liaison with the clerk's office, because they could be in charge of election information. They could recruit for, because I know they're often want to get youth that are poll workers and things like that. So,
So, the registration. So last year, you had to be registered by April 8th, and the town election was on April 27th. So I think, and I also liked what you said before, Lauren, with the morning announcements, because I know that a lot of people listen to those. So I think that that's also good, other than social media posting. And I also liked what you said, Catherine, about having a liaison to the clerk's office. I think that would be really helpful. So let me write that down.
So who's gonna do what? Should we wait till next year to have a liaison with the clerk's office?
Yeah, I think that because a lot of ours, so all of our members have kind of like settled into their liaison positions. I think that might be good for like someone new to take on like next term. So I will write something for the morning announcements when that time comes, because I know it's a little bit too soon to start like talking about that like on morning announcements now. But when that time comes, I'll write something up for the morning announcements and send that to them. Okay.
I think it's also a good idea just to check, because I think the election date is different than it was last year. So the registration date might also be changed. So as long as we double check that, I think that's really the only thing we have to do.
Okay. So is there any more, are there any more thoughts on voter registration? Okay. So our next item on the agenda is finding a regular meeting date. So I know that does Thursdays work for everyone? And we can move this to 7 o'clock. If I don't know if I didn't know if 5 or 7 worked better for people. So what are we thinking, like 5 or 7? Or if it doesn't really matter to people.
It doesn't really matter to me.
I have the youth action team leaders at the town hall at 7. So I'm there from 6:30 to 8. So this is better.
Okay, so this would be better.
But
And
I don't need to be at these meetings. So.
No, I appreciate your insight on this, Catherine. But I think that 5, like I would prefer 5 myself. But do we think that we want this to be like a monthly thing, or like rotate it with the youth council meeting? So we go 1 week youth council, 1 week subcommittee, like that, like twice a month.
I think the more regular, the better. So I would probably think twice a month. So then it aligns regularly with the youth council.
Yeah, because even if we don't have like much to say during these meetings, it's still good to have them, like to share our thoughts. Yeah. So
and even if you just use it for the time where every single time you meet, you're going to do a social media post, you're going to write a press release, so you're appearing, you're getting messages out there, even if it's just a quick paragraph press release for the paper. I'm like, oh, youth council will be at this upcoming school committee meeting to discuss, to support the Safe Routes to School initiative.
Mhm.
You know, something like that.
That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll go with the twice a month. So I didn't include this on the agenda because it just happened, but there's a communications outreach. I have an update regarding Wakefield Snow Angels. So Town Councilor Chines put me in contact with a reporter for Wakefield Patch. And
Saw that. You're
yeah,
on the
he wrote-
patch.
yes, he wrote an article promoting that both the youth volunteers and seniors who want their walkways cleaned. So I thought that was very good for the Snow Angels. So if there's
Did we do a thank you post, Lauren, to the Snow Angels that shoveled? I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah, I don't think I did it. I can do that tonight.
Yeah, why don't you, yeah, if you could do that on both socials, just to say, just thanks to all the volunteers, because some youth were out there for hours, you know, had some tricky driveways and or had multiple homes and stuff. Although we don't want to advertise driveways got done, because as Judy said, she'll be inundated with requests. So it's really only walkways.
All right, so if there's no more discussion on anything, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I just had one more quick question.
Yes.
So first, when would I start posting on there? Like when the next youth council meeting is, which I want to say is next Tuesday, I think. And also, are the pictures that are posted, because I noticed that they're more like are they done in, what is it, Google Images? Is that how it is? Or Google Drawing? Is that how they're made?
Yeah, so I think, Ali, correct me if I'm wrong, within the template that Alyssa, or within the document that Alyssa made, I think she linked like Google Slides and Google Drawing templates, so you can kind of fill it in. She did a great job like laying
Yeah.
that all out. As for when to start, I don't think I really have a preference. Ali, do you?
No, I don't have a preference. So I'll send you the Alyssa's document tonight after this meeting, and then you can ask all the questions that you need, because I know that this transition it's important, and you can get set up as like right away. So I'll send you that document after this meeting, and as soon as you feel comfortable, you can begin.
Thank
So
you
maybe
so
she
much.
follows Lauren for a couple, a couple more weeks until
Yeah.
maybe March, Madeline starts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And one thing that I really want to stress the importance of, and this is in the social media policy that you'll see with the town, but since we are a town group, nothing can be deleted because it's public record. So make sure you just proofread before you post. And if there's a typo, you can make another post or like make a correction in the comments or something. But just make sure you don't delete anything, because I'm always so scared that I'm accidentally gonna post something. So just be careful. And we completely trust you, but I just want to stress the importance of that.
Right, and then there's rules about commenting too. You can't really get in an engagement with something unless someone has a question like, oh, what time is the cleanup going to be? I thought it was at 3:30. Yes, it's still at 3:30, but if someone starts saying, oh, Snow Angels is stupid, you're just gonna like,
Yeah.
there's guidelines in that.
Yeah, and we're more than happy to guide you with that, because it is, there's a very fine line with it. So if you ever have any questions, text, email, call. It's better to ask and wait than to just like kind of jump the gun. And again, we completely trust you. And I'm so excited that you're doing this. I think you'll do a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, especially
Yes.
with your social media skills, that's a talented.
Yeah, that's impressive. So is there anything else? Okay, so do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I second.
Now I call the roll. Yes. So myself, yes. Lauren, sorry.
It's okay. Yes.
Madeline.
Yes.
Okay, so that passes unanimously.